Do you hear it too? Late at night, do you hear the screams? The endless siren of bombs that fell too close? Or maybe it's the nothing that haunts you, the breaths of your comrades, now silent as soil. Perhaps, if you're very lucky, you've made it this far still sleeping at night. This is where that ends. We're deep in Hellsteed territory now. They will show you no mercy. They have taken everything from Fremont, and now they'll try to take everything from you. We will derail their plans. Vehicles will be sabotaged. Leaders will be silenced. We didn't start this war, but we're certainly going to finish it.
This is Radio Silent, an open-world, multiplayer, cooperative stealth game set in an alternative universe Nazi-occupied France in World War II. And the best part about this entire game is it's entirely destructible. I've been working on it as a weekend project since about July 2020, and I'm really excited to announce that this is now the next game for Foulball Hangover. We're still working very hard on Hydroneer multiplayer, but while we work on that, I've got quite a lot more free time. That's why I'm dedicating most of my time now to Radio Silent. The game takes inspiration from other games like Teardown, Payday 2, and Foxhole. The world is absolutely huge. It's extremely detailed, and one of the reasons why I can get the world extremely detailed is because I'm using a program called Magica Voxel. It's actually the same program that the developers of Teardown used to create their worlds, which allows you to create the world in just these tiny little voxels. It's all meticulously handcrafted by myself using a combination of both Magica Voxel and the Voxel plugin in Unreal Engine. So what is Magica Voxel? Well, generally when you create a world in a video game, you use a modeling program to create all of the assets. These are things from the houses, the bushes, the trees, the cars, the props that you have lying around buildings. Everything is made into these separate little objects. Now, the good thing about Magica Voxel is it's very simple to use. And if you like the sound of it, it's also a free program, so you can give it a go yourself. So I've been working quite closely with the developer of the Voxel plugin, Firenaz, and we've been working on a nice durability system. When I say working on it, I mean he's doing all the work and I'm just telling him some design choices. But anyway, we've got a really cool durability system. This means you can have different durability levels on each item. You can have stronger items and weaker items. You can have bullets that can pass through some items and can't pass through others. And so far, it's actually made a really cool system. The game is going to feature a whole host of weapons and tools to break things down as you run around in this sandbox world. Obviously, this isn't quite an open sandbox. There are rules. There are villains that are trying to kill you, and making too much noise could lead to your own death. You are being hunted in the world of Radio Silent. As a soldier stuck behind enemy lines, you don't have a lot of resources to fight with, and I think this makes a really interesting dynamic for a stealth game. So what do we have so far? Well, to start off, I've got a basic kind of farm town built out, just the main assets for it. I've still got a lot of detail work to be doing. I've started working on some guns which kind of have realistic ballistics and physical systems, but an unrealistic look that we've made. Right now it's quite a bit of a placeholder, but you can see they tear down walls pretty damn quickly. We've got a few guns so far, and we're going to be adding quite a lot more to the collection. So far there's about 30 items on the list that we want to get through before adding new ones. Items appear on the ground with a nice loot beam, as there's a rarity system that you see in some MMO games. It goes green, blue, purple, and then orange. Still got quite a lot more work I want to do on these, so I will be letting you guys know how that progresses as these episodes go on. We've also got this system called kits, and they are basically additional equipment that a player can pick up and use. You saw in the trailer I was using the hatchet kit, which is essentially just an axe that you can use to tear down some walls. This will only tear down type 1 and 2 durability walls, where the standard player knife will destroy tier 1 objects. This is things like fabrics and bushes and trees. And if you want to watch me develop this game, then you can. You can see below I've actually enabled YouTube members on this server, and that's because of something really important that's coming up. I'm about to do weekly live streams. Every single week on a Tuesday night at 8 p.m, I'm going to be doing some streaming of some world design, and I'd love for you guys to join me. I'm guessing you're probably interested in video games if you're already here, so it's a great opportunity for you to join in and come help me out. Sometimes I need suggestions like, oh, does this thing look right over here, or what color should this sofa be, or whatever. So it's a great time for you to come in, and then when you're playing the game and whenever the hell I release it, you can say, hey look, I suggested that thing there. The first stream is going to be this Tuesday, so make sure you're there. As always, if you join the YouTube members or the Patreon or even watch an advert on this video, all of that money goes directly to the community helper team. They're the people that answer questions on all the forums, and all of the money goes to supporting that team. Now, I know why some of you are here. I got a little update for Hydroneer. So what have we been doing over the past couple months? Well, we've been working on the big new physics system. The biggest thing that we have to do on this update is add in this new physics system, and we've got to completely build our own one. So we're using this physics system called Bullet. It's kind of the same one that actually Rocket League is made on as well, which is interesting because they're on Unreal Engine 4, but they're not really going to as much detail as we're going into. The reason why we're using it is because it has deterministic physics, and that means if you drop something, it'll drop the exact same way every single time, which is great for multiplayer since you're going to have something being dropped for every single player in the server. Unreal Engine's physics system just isn't quite bespoke enough for what we need. Also, some things that I failed to mention in the actual multiplayer announcement video is the fact that this new update is going to have massive optimizations. Like, the entire game is going to run so much smoother because Snaps is going through and removing all of my shit code. Like, there is so much shit code in there, and he's just clearing it all up. He's a way better programmer than I am, and I'm so happy for him to be on the team. Another thing that my dumb brain forgot to mention as well is that the Hydroneer 2.0 update is going to be coming with a creative mode. I know a lot of you people are requesting it, and I'm happy to announce that I'm going to be bringing that to the multiplayer update. Also, we're going to have some new areas and new dig sites to be digging into, and also sometime in the next week or two, I'm going to be adding a new hotfix to Hydroneer just to fix up a couple of the minor issues in the game right now. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks so much everyone for watching, and I will see you all Tuesday right here in the live stream. Okay, if you could just Photoshop this thing into being like a baby, and I'm like running out of like a fiery, what's it called? An orphanage, right? I'm like running out of fiery orphanage, saving an orphan, and I'm shooting bad guys. Oh, I'm gonna get you home, but you don't have a home because you're an orphan.